I'm going to glass. Did you know already? I think I've told you. Where are we now? We are Wednesday. 5 sleeps, I'll be in Glass, and I'll be taking you with me. Or I might already be back if you're watching this video in about a week or 2 from now. Who knows? Anyway, Sandalwood Cologne by Geo.F. Truper. Let me tell you, this goes down as, in the last year and a half probably, the biggest hidden gem I've ever found. And I never would have found it if it wasn't for one of my lovely work colleagues, Conrad, who might watch this. Hi Conrad. How are you doing? Hope you got home safe tonight. Conrad smelled this on somebody in a bar, in a blues bar in Berlin, from right across the bar, from the other side. And thankfully he asked the guy what he was wearing, because we got to discover it. And hi Bo. We got to discover it and we got to find out what it is. I say he thankfully passed it on to me. Lovely gift for my birthday. He got me this and the shower gel to match. I'm presuming, which I shouldn't, a lot of you guys might not have heard of this brand before. It is a tiny little place down a side street in Piccadilly in Jermyn Street, or Jermaine Street I think it's called. It's essentially a barber shop, but they have a range of products. You can still go there and get an old-fashioned shave with a razor, and it's very throwback. And a lot of their products reflect that. So they've got a lot of gentlemanly barbershop-y type fragrances. They've got a violet one, and then there's a very aromatic citrus one. But this one, from what I know, is the true hidden gem, and I think it's pretty cool. It's marketed towards men. I don't let that put you off, because I believe this is truly unisex in terms of the way it smells. And also, don't be put off at the fact that it's called Sandalwood Cologne. Cologne is interchangeable as a word. Sometimes people say, oh, what cologne are you wearing? But also, cologne is a concentration of fragrance. You have eau de parfum, parfum, eau de toilette, cologne, eau de cologne, and cologne is usually at the bottom end of the scale. Not in this case, so you can ignore the fact that it's called cologne for both reasons. Not really for men, and boy, does it deliver. Before I go into the intricacies of what it is, let me just say, for this unassuming little box and packaging, this delivers on all 3 levels, the 3 things you really do look for in a fragrance when you purchase them, or when I do. A, longevity. This is easily 6 to 8 hours plus with a couple of squirts, and I never normally say that because so many things nowadays are weaker or you have to spray loads. This is how it should be. So A, longevity. B, projection. My colleague Conrad smelled this from across a bar in Berlin, and man, does this stuff project. Way more than an arm's length. C, sillage, and this is the real killer with this one. This has probably the best sillage I've ever smelled on a fragrance, in a fragrance. This stuff hangs in the air like syrup. You can be in a room 20 minutes before and still smell it when you've left. This is sillage done to perfection. I am going to rant and rave about it because it's a little hidden gem. Like I said, you don't always stumble across things like this. So I'm not sure if they deliver to other countries, but I urge you, if you are not in our country, or if you are, try and smell this, because if you like sandalwood, man alive, this is really good. So, like I said, unassuming packaging, very classic looking. The bottle, again, is quite unassuming. It's very simple. It's a 50ml bottle. I think that they only come in 50ml, but they do, when they have a fragrance, they do an entire range, so you can get all the stuff for men usually. But like I said, women, don't be put off by this because it's incredible. So, the notes. It's a woody aromatic fragrance. It's marketed for men, like I said, but you can just swipe that off. I'm not sure of the release date at all, but I don't care because it's amazing. It says on here, Geo.F. Truper, 1875. They are in Mayfair and St James's. I'm guessing the St James's one is the one near Piccadilly. It says here, I've never read this before. Sandalwood is a very rare and precious perfume, and its popularity has caused many substitutes and inferior preparations to be produced. To uphold our tradition of excellence, the sandalwood oil used by Trumpers in the manufacture of our products is only of the very highest qualities and originates from the mountainous Mysore area of India. Mysore sandalwood is regarded in the perfume community and world as being far superior, as they say. It's a better quality, it's just like wearing something that is just that bit more special, or a whole lot more special, I would say. Mysore is the centre of sandalwood in India. Then it's got loads of stuff about the tree itself and a bit of history about sandalwood, if you care to read it. Maybe I can post it in the notes below. Maybe not, I don't know if I can copy and paste. But anyway, the notes. So the top notes are bergamot, lemon, lavender, clary sage and spices. Nondescript, it doesn't say what they are, but it definitely has a spice to it. Then the floral heart is jasmine, carnation, geranium and rose. Another spicy flower in there. And then the base is, of course, sandalwood, patchouli, amber, vanilla, and then leather. So on paper, it sounds very mannish. It sounds like there are a ton of things in here that would make it hugely masculine and typical in masculine compositions. Lavender, bergamot, geranium, leather. They are quite typical of men's compositions, but this one, no. It's got a little kind of crowny thing going on there. See that? Anyway, this one, for a self-confessed oversprayer, I'm going to tell you, whoops, just dropped the lid. I'm going to tell you, you really don't need to go heavy with this one, and that's a challenge for me because I do like to reapply, but I've almost choked a few people wearing this. Not me choking them, the smell, kind of, you get what I mean, right? So, the opening is the part that is probably the most scary if you're smelling it for the first time. This is all about the dry down and base. So, the opening is really complex, kind of green and spicy. The leather is there, it's a little bit balmy as well. It kind of smells a bit spiky to me. A little bit rough, a little bit dry as well. There's nothing kind of rich about it. And although this is called Sandalwood Cologne and sandalwood is the main player, this has so many facets going on that complement and send it on its way when it starts to dry. It's brilliant, it really, really is. Yes, so you've got a citrus hint at the beginning, you've got lemon and bergamot there, but what really comes through is something quite balmy and spicy with a very exotic sandalwood undertone, and it's really, really lovely. I've never smelled anything like this before at all, which is why, again, it's getting 10 out of 10 for me. It's completely unique. It's absolutely lovely, it really is. Yeah, so yes, it's quite masculine in the opening, which is, when I first spray it, I always think, oh, okay, it needs to take a bit of time to settle. But when it dries and other things start coming out, that's when you really get what this is about. And a lot of fragrances do that. The hearts are, you know, the best part of it. So I'm going to put this down because I should show you this a bit closer, really, shouldn't I? It's cute. It's got the address on the side, and it says Geo.F Truper there. When this starts to dry, yes, that's when it really gets into its stride. The sillage, again, I said, is incredible. I walk around my office, even when Conrad used to wear this at work, I could smell him before I saw him, and that's what you want with some fragrances. You want them to linger. That is the job of a fragrance, to linger, to smell nice in rooms, to project well, just from one spray. So anyway, I digress, as usual. So when the amber and vanilla start to make their appearance in this and they start to gloss and smooth over everything, this really gorgeous semi-sweetness comes out of it. It's like a tang of sweetness, of smooth sweetness that tempers down and blunts all of the masculinity and the the kind of spicy stuff that goes on. I said I wasn't going to say stuff anymore, Conrad. You will vouch for me. There's 15 words I'm trying to eradicate from my vocabulary, and stuff is one of them. So yeah, the base, the leather and the amber are giving it a wash of something balsamic and rough, and then the amber and vanilla counteract and make it smooth and sweet at the same time, all the while with this absolutely stunning sandalwood tone throughout. You know it's sandalwood, but this is composed in a way that it's almost like an illusion of it being not sandalwood. Sounds weird, doesn't it? But it's definitely a unique fragrance. That's why I'm saying all of these words, because there's a lot of words coming to me right now. Really, really gorgeous. There's almost something a little bit like kind of tonka or benzoin. I can feel something a little bit... It's very rounded when it starts to dry. The base is really rounded, even though you've got all of these spiky, scary things at the top. It's a perfect balance. It's really well balanced. And like I said, the amber vanilla kind of blunts away what could be a very masculine fragrance. Completely niche smelling, definitely unique, and you get so much longevity out of it. It's incredible. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to Grasse. I am. I really, really am. I'm really going to go. I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to go soon. So anyway, I'm Up110. Click my logo to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Goodbye! Or should I say au revoir?